It's not first or Friday, but it's December 18th, and that means it's Lionel's birthday!
Ah, happy birthday, Lionel!
Happy birthday, Lionel!
Lionel Muscle Lion.
And we've got some things to tell you. Well, today is also a bunch of people that are pretty famous' birthday.
Yes, a lot of things have happened.
Some of them I think you're going to find fairly interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe you might know them already, but maybe you don't. The first one I got a feeling might be a surprise to you, but number one is Billie Eilish turns 20 today.
Yeah, I do enjoy some of her music. I think her blue hair is quite impressive, but if you think that is impressive, you should see her. You should see her in a crown. Kidding me. There it goes. That makes sense to me. Okay. And who is this? I see you have Ashley Benson turns 32. Who is Ashley Benson?
Okay, I don't know. I remember looking into her and that she was somebody.
I'm sure she's like a million times more famous than myself.
She's more famous than us, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's not to take anything away from her. I'm just like, I'm a gray muzzle and I'm or a gray beak. And I'm just kind of out of touch. So I don't know who Ashley Benson is. I do know Billie Eilish, though.
Next on the list, Miki Ando, who is the 2007-2011 World Figure Skating Champion, and the first female skater to complete a quadruple jump successfully in a competition. She turns 34.
Oh.
Next is Christina Aguilera.
Yes. Used to be quite popular. I think she was temporarily overshadowed by her sister. And then, but you know what?
What's she known for?
Oh, gosh, she is a singer who sung, gosh, I don't remember, to be honest.
Oh, no!
I don't remember what she sang. I remember she went to the VMAs with a total slutty outfit once.
Is she the one that sang Whatever?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
I'm so out of time. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry. I don't remember. I just remember the outfit.
No, I really regret not doing this thing. Yes, I thought I could count on you to know.
I'm sorry. I'm blanking right now.
She turns 41. Christina Aguilera is 41. Katie Holmes is next.
Yeah.
You know Katie Holmes?
Yes, I know who she is. She used to be in Party of Five.
Okay.
Is that right?
Something that people have heard of.
Yeah, and what's the name? It is Party of Five, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I'm taking your word for it here.
Oh, gosh, now I'm going to feel like a fool. But I know that, I mean, in recent years, we've known her from the tabloid covers because she was married to Tom Cruise, who's of Scientologist. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
a famous actor.
Yes, he's a famous actor who believes in a lot of kooky, crazy things.
Well, Katie Holmes turns 43. Next is superstar
She's older
Sia.
than me.
She was a few years back, was in the My Little Pony movie.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Something
She had a
I was
pony.
a big fan of. But she's famous for having half blonde hair and half black hair in a bowl cut look. So,
Covers
you ever
her face.
seen that? You probably have seen Sia. She turns 46. Do anything else about Sia to add?
Well, that's what I do when I look at you. I see ya. First one to make that joke.
Next is somebody that I'm sure you know, Lionel, Trish Stratus.
Yes, turns 46.
Yeah, she's
oh, my
also
goodness.
the same age as Sia.
She is 4 years older than me.
And she's known for particular huge tracts of land that she's got.
Whoa, is that what we're calling it these days?
Puppies.
Ah!
She's known for her puppies.
Oh, she likes taking care of little doggies.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Next, hopefully you know who Rob Van Dam is.
He wears the very noisy 80s colored tights. And he has the hair. I like his character.
His character?
Yeah, well, you know, I like his style, I should say.
Ah, okay. You like the cut of his jib.
Yes, he looks like a wrestler right out of the 90s.
Well, he turns 51.
Yeah.
Next is Casper Van Dien.
Mostly known from Starship Troopers.
Oh, game over, man! Game over! Is that him?
Well, he's like the main dude.
Oh, okay. But that is that movie, though, right?
Yeah, and he was also in an episode of Psych.
Oh, yeah,
He was one of the guest stars. I believe he was a love interest of Juliet, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Casper Van Dien turns 53. Next
Still
one
looks
I
good.
know you're going to know. Stone Cold Steve Austin
Not
turns
familiar.
57.
Don't know who that is.
He's going to open up a can and whoop ass.
Yeah, he likes to do to get away from the censors. He'll do the backwards middle fingers because the censors are okay with this, but not.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's why he did it
I
facing
had
the
not
wrong
heard
way.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, he turns 57. Next, Brad Pitt, movie star Brad Pitt. We've seen him in the movie Seven, right? He was in Seven.
Interesting enough, the movie was called Seven, but I only saw that movie once.
Okay. I have seen it more than once, but I do not think I have seen it 7 times. I will have to make sure I do before I die.
Oh, what is in the box?
Yes, what's in the box?
And then it had, unfortunately, one of the actors in the movie.
Oh, no,
It's a rather tarnished career.
Talking about John Doe, right?
Yeah, we don't have to talk about him too much.
So anyway, Brad Pitt's been in so many other things. I can't believe I can't think of any others.
He got eaten by a bird, and the ants. It was the ant. No, wait, the one with the blue ants. Who was that one? Bug's Life.
Oh yeah, okay.
His character was eaten by a bird. Yum yum.
I didn't even remember he was in that.
Yeah, he was the grasshopper.
Brad Pitt? Or
No.
Ray Liotta, the next name on the list here.
No. The other. Oh shoot, that's right. I'm
Ray
sorry.
Liotta.
I was talking about the other guy from Seven. I got all distracted.
Oh, the one we were not
the one
talking
we were supposed
about.
to talk about.
Okay, so next on the list is Ray Liotta, who turns 67.
Yeah.
Ray Liotta apparently has his own line of honey, if the B movie is anything to believe.
Oh.
Because there was a whole plot line about Ray Liotta had his own line of honey, and they wanted to sue him for taking advantage of all the bees.
Yes.
So I don't know if it's true, but I'm going by Jerry Seinfeld's subpar animated bee movie. Hey, it ain't just called Bee Movie because it's about bees.
Yeah, well, I mean, mostly.
Then next is Leonard Maltin, very famous film critic who is in Gremlins 2.
Yes, he got to interview...
Very cool scene where he is reviewing the first Gremlins movie and saying how terrible it is, and he gets attacked by all the Gremlins.
Yes.
Ah!
He is, was he not the one that was interviewing the smart one?
I might have, it's been a little while since I've seen it, but they might have forced him to interview the brain gremlin.
All right.
Next, you definitely have heard of these next two. Steven Spielberg, famous director of many movies.
Name one.
Jurassic Park.
Never heard of it.
The Saving Private Ryan, I think that was
Not familiar.
Didn't he also do Forrest Gump?
Yeah. I never heard of that movie either. He did some movie called Et, right?
Oh, that's right. He did E.T. He based his whole production company, Amble Entertainment, over it.
Oh, and 8mm, right? Was it 8mm?
I don't think.
No, wait, not 8mm. The one with Super 8. That was it. It was Super 8.
Did he do Super 8?
Yeah, he was Super 8.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure it was Super 8. Okay. Oh, I don't have a computer.
So yeah, he turned 75.
I'm pretty sure.
And last on the list of the living celebrities, we got Keith Richards, who is still kicking it at age 78.
Yes, he is a member of the Rolling Stones, and he played a swallow. Is it Jack Sparrow?
Captain Jack Sparrow's dad.
Yeah,
in Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End.
Was he in two of them though? Wasn't he?
Captain Teague is his character's name. I don't remember if he was in one of the other.
I thought he appears in one and then has more of a role in the next.
I don't remember him having a bigger role than that.
Yeah.
But we have a few people who have passed away. This year, in fact, is our youngest one. DMX died back in April 9th. He would have been turning 51. Mm-hmm. You know anything about DMX?
Yeah, I do remember him serving time here in wherever it is in upstate New York. I don't know where we are.
That's kind of here and over there. Do you know anything famous about him?
Yeah, and I've heard some of his songs. X gonna give it to you.
Oh, okay, I know that
The
song.
only thing I don't like, and I feel like so many people either don't remember or give him a pass. He said some unfavorable things about the LGBT
Oh no.
community, plus community in one of his songs, or at least one of his songs. And people just seem to forget. And I think both of us, I think most furries actually are rather supportive of the LGBT plus community.
Of course.
So.
Next we have Ty Cobb, very famous sports ball player. Lived to be 75. He would be turning 135 today.
Oh.
You know anything about Ty Cobb by any chance?
Just that I think I saw an anthropomorphic corn once that was supposed to represent him in a cartoon.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think I remember that. It was actually it was a robot chicken.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was Robot Chicken.
Next, it's kind of a controversial name on the list, but famous nonetheless. Joseph Stalin lived to be 75 also. He would be turning 143 today. And I don't think we need to say anything more about him.
Nope.
And lastly, Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria, who lived to be 51. Man, it's kind of weird. Both DMX and Franz Ferdinand were 51 when they died. And both Ty Cobb and Joseph Stalin were 75 when they died. How strange. But yeah, if he had been alive, he would have been 158 today.
Wow. He almost made it. If he didn't tragically die at 51, he could still be with us today.
Okay, so next we have our This Day in History. The first thing I have here, in 1271, Kublai Khan renamed his empire Yuan, marking the start of the Yuan dynasty in China. I thought that was kind of rather noteworthy considering, how long ago that was, and it's fairly, I think most people have heard of Kublai Khan.
About 750 years ago? Oops, sorry. That's the date.
Working with very little space.
750,
There
yeah.
we go. Yeah. Almost. Come on. There we go. Oh.
Happy birthday to Kublai Khan's renamed empire. Turned 750 today.
Okay, next, jumping ahead quite a bit to 1719, Thomas Fleet publishes Mother Goose's Melodies for Children in Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, you still live in the Boston area, didn't you, Lionel?
Yeah, I know a few furs from the Boston area.
Next, we got 1777, the first U.S. National Thanksgiving Day, commemorating the British General Bourguignon's surrender. So yeah, Thanksgiving used to be in December. But I believe I heard somewhere that companies actually pressured the President of the United States to push back the date which Thanksgiving happens to get more people shopping time for Christmas.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, Christmas is enough. We don't need another big holiday in the same month. So I support that. I'm glad it turned out that way.
1787, New Jersey became the third state to ratify the U.S. Constitution. And then we have...
New Jersey.
What's that?
I have cousins in Newark.
Oh, wow.
They're birds, too.
Yay! Of course they are. What else would they be?
Yeah, I know, right?
In 1865, U.S. Secretary of State William Seward proclaims the adoption of the 13th Amendment prohibiting slavery throughout the United States.
Yes, and there is a building in my hometown called the Seward Inn, and it was good. He actually has, he had some property in my hometown.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
All right, next we got 1892, Peter Ilyich Tchaikovsky's ballet, The Nutcracker, premieres in St. Petersburg, Russia, now the world's most performed ballet. His final opera, Isolanta, also premieres.
I like Tetris.
What's that?
The Tetris music.
I don't know what's that. What does that have to do with?
Well,
I mean, it's Russian.
Oh yeah, no, there's alternate music in the Game Boy game, and it's all yeah. There's some other music. It's just a lot of Russian music. Okay, it's a Russian music thing.
Okay, next, 1898, automobile speed record set at 63 kilometers per hour, or 39 miles per hour. Can you imagine 39 miles an hour was the fastest anybody had driven, and that set a record?
Yeah, I'm surprised their faces didn't peel off.
Yeah, sure. All right, next, we got two things that happened on this day in 1917. The Soviet government issued a decree recognizing Finland's newly declared independence. So, yay, Finland.
Yay! Doesn't Lionel have some Finnish in him?
Yeah, he does.
I hope he has some Stardish as well.
Then, also on that day, the 18th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution authorizing prohibition of alcohol. It's approved by the U.S. Congress and is sent to the states for ratification.
Alcohol! Last call! I'm so drunk right now.
What are you drinking over there?
It's a White Claw,
It's
or
White
rather,
Claw.
it is a White Paw. I brought my human paw out so I could hold it better. I could get drunk more betterer. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
Drink responsibly. All right, and back then you weren't allowed to. It was illegal.
Yeah.
In 1956, a couple of things happened as well. On this day, To Tell the Truth debuted on CBS.
I had no idea that show was so old. I remember watching one version of it in the 90s, and it's like, I thought then that was I thought it was like a remake of like an 80s show.
Well, evidently it was from the 50s.
Yeah, that's one of the oldest game shows I know.
We're going to have to watch
Go on.
Catch Me If You Can sometime, because that actually shows some retro footage from the show. I don't remember
I
what
watched
year.
that show. I mean, I watched that movie.
But yeah, it was actually kind of neat. It used real footage of the actual historical figure that Leonardo DiCaprio was playing. Anyhow, also on that day, Japan was admitted to the UN.
Oh.
So the date To Tell the Truth debuted on TV. Japan was admitted to the UN. Next, in 1958, getting a little close. We're getting a little closer to present day here.
Ooh, Christmas! That's present day.
Project SCORE, the world's first communication satellite, launched from Cape Canaveral.
Ah.
Then in 1960, the general meeting of the UN condemns apartheid.
Yes. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm laughing. I had nothing to add to that. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. It's progress.
Alright, so then in 1961, Britain's EMI Records originally rejects the Beatles. Nobody's going to like those guys. Yeah, their hair is too long and their music, we don't want you. Go somewhere else.
Love me do. How could you write that? I mean, that's the masterpiece, right?
Then the last one's over here. 1963, the Pink Panther film premieres, directed by Blake Edwards and starring Peter Sellers and David Niven, with theme by Henry Mancini.
Right?
Uh-huh.
And also,
And then the following year, the Pink Panther cartoon series premiered with Pink Fink.
I used to enjoy it, but I gotta be honest, I waited that whole series for that darn Panther to talk, and I didn't realize he would never do that. I wanted him to talk.
They need to have a crossover between him and Wile E. Coyote. Although he did talk in the Bugs Bunny cartoons.
And you imagine my disappointment when I finally got to see the Pink Panther movie, and there was no cartoon. I'm like, what is this? When does the Panther show
Was he not
up?
in the intro? I thought he was in
the intro.
title sequence.
He was in the title sequence.
By the way, do you know what the Pink Panther actually is in the context of the story?
I don't know, because it was way above my head as a child.
It was a diamond.
Oh.
It was a jewel, and the Pink Panther cartoon is supposed to like live inside of it, I guess.
Really?
I mean, like, not really, but like, the idea was that, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that the jewel was cursed, and like the Pink Panther cartoon character was supposed to like represent how the diamond has a personality of its own and it's mischievous.
Oh.
At least that's what my
Mischievous.
interpretation is. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. All right, so next we have 1965.
Oh, here we are. Frank Borman and Jim Lovell splashed down in the Atlantic after a 2-week Gemini 7 mission. I love the space things. I wouldn't mind going to space, but I think it would be very scary. And there's talk of these furries going to space, but I don't know.
Yeah, it does sound pretty
I'm
tough.
scared. It's so high.
I only know of one furry that's going to space, though. This is a really rich kid.
Yeah,
lucky bastard.
But they are pan, which is wonderful.
Yes.
I mean, I like flying really high, but like technically outside of the planet, no thanks.
Okay, next.
Sorry. This one is Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas airs for the first time on CBS. How wonderful.
In 1966.
1966, on Lionel's birthday. What a wonderful thing to happen.
All right, next.
On Her Majesty's Secret Service, 6th James Bond film, which is the first and only one starring George Lazenby, premieres in London. Yes, this was, I actually did watch this in the, sometime in the 90s. The movie was originally filmed before I was born, and I remember watching it in the 90s. I enjoyed it, not as much as the others. Like I said, he's the only one that didn't reprise his role.
It was also the first one that wasn't Sean Connery.
Yes, yes. And it is the only Bond movie that depicts James Bond getting married. He finally decided to settle down.
Oh.
But like all hero movies, or is he a hero? Yeah, let's call him a hero. Doesn't always work out, but what you gonna do?
So next we got 1971.
Okay, first candlelight processional. I cannot read. First candlelight processional at the Epcot Center, Disney World. You ever been to the Epcot Center? Oh, that's right, you haven't.
No, but Lionel lives pretty close to
It's a giant golf ball.
I have seen it, yes.
I was afraid Paul Bunyan was going to hit us into a hole.
Aw.
I've been there, though.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I've been there, or at least, I'm pretty sure it was the Epcot Center.
Well,
but it was
if
a
it was
big,
a giant golf ball, then that was it.
We went into a giant ball and learned things instead of rode on rides. Because I didn't know what it was. It's like, I want to go to the Epcot Center. And then you get in there, and then you're just educated on things. I'm like, there's no ride here, except for like little train thing that were on
I used to know what Epcot stood for. I feel bad that I can't think of it. Oh no,
Okay,
it's not coming to me.
All right, well, 1973. Oh no.
Soyuz 13.
Launched into Earth orbit for 8 days.
Wow.
8 days. How did they know it was 8 days when there's no day?
They're in orbit, so that is a good question. It must have just
Is
been
it all
20.
relative?
They counted 24 hours, and that was a day.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. 1984 is A Christmas Carol.
We skipped one.
Did we? Oh no! How could I skip this one? 1976, Wonder Woman debuts on ABC.
Wonder Woman.
Ah!
She will be there for you.
I used to have a cheetah figure because it was mislabeled. Like I was collecting all the Mary Batson toys, and I had one of them was like Mary Batson, but there was cheetah in there, and I'm like, when did she turn into a cheetah? And it turns out it was just a mislabeled package.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't really worth that much, though. I don't know what that has to do with what. It was a Wonder Woman. I loved it. Linda Carter. Oh my God. Yeah, okay. And
yeah,
I used to watch that show, so I loved Wonder Woman as a child, and I thought it was wonderful. She would spin around. Oh my gosh, I could go on and on.
So next, 1984.
A Christmas Carol, directed by Clive Donner, starring George C. Scott, premieres in the U.S.
Definitely one of the better Christmas Carol movies, although I certainly have an affinity for the story as a whole. But I definitely believe that was considered, like, besides the Muppet Christmas Carol, this particular one is, like, labeled as, like, one of the pinnacle of the Christmas Carol tellings.
Yeah, I liked, I don't remember this one very well. One of my favorites was probably the one with Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, that's a good one, too.
Because I recognized that guy, and I was like, and it leaned a little more, I felt it leaned more into the darkness, which is wonderful because Charles Dickens wanted to write horror stories.
Really?
Yeah, he wanted to write horror stories, but Christmas stories were far more profitable.
I do know that the Christmas Carol was actually told in pieces in a periodical.
Oh.
It was like, I don't remember if it was a newspaper or magazine or something of that type. But yeah, it was actually released in parts, and then eventually it was all put together into one storybook, into one book, published later. But yeah, it was originally released in parts. So.
Wow, what is this? 1989, I Love Lucy Christmas episode, shown for first time in over 30 years. Wow.
Yeah, can you imagine?
One of the least repeated shows, episodes of anything ever since repeats existed. 30 years before a repeat. Can you imagine?
They didn't. Oh, at least they didn't air it. I'm not sure what the story behind that is, but yeah, it was probably a big deal when it re-aired in 1989. You know, being like, hey. This hasn't been seen in over 30 years. Check it out. I Love Lucy Christmas special.
It would have been really impressive. That show was, I enjoyed it, and it still holds up pretty well. It's not perfect, but it holds up pretty good, I think, for a show of its time.
So isn't I Love Lucy isn't Lucy from here?
Yes, Lucy was, although she was not born there, she grew up in Jamestown, New York. Which isn't too far from where we're at. And we passed by the... we passed by the museum quite a few times.
May have to go there sometime.
Oh, maybe.
Take some pictures.
That's also, the statue, too, is not too far from us.
The Vita Vegemin statue?
No, the one that used to horrify people, so they had to replace it because it was so bad. And they moved it to a park. It was in a park. They made a statue of her. It was horrible. The guy's like, let me fix it. And they're like, nah. And they went and commissioned a new one and then took his statue and moved it somewhere else where it's harder to find. But it's still there. At least last I knew.
Okay.
All right, well, in 1990, we'll move on. Sorry, I keep getting sidetracked.
No, it's fine.
I love these little factoids. 1991, DeForest... 1991.
Yes, that's what you said.
I thought I said 1991.
Oh.
Maybe I won some. No, I just kidding. All right, 1991, DeForest Kelly. Dr. McCoy on Star Trek. Bones, huh?
Yeah.
Gets a star in Hollywood. Oh, my goodness. Why didn't I hear about there being a star in Hollywood? I would have thought the whole planet would burn up. Huh. It's crazy. The things that you learn. The things that you learn. How appropriate that someone from Star Trek gets a star, huh?
I didn't think of that. Very good.
All right, 1996, the Oakland, California School Board passes a resolution officially declaring Ebonics a language or dialect. I'd say it's more of a dialect, but I'm not a language expert.
Yeah, I don't know how long that lasted, but something tells me there aren't any schools that teach it anymore.
Well, it's not necessarily that they... Oh, actually, yeah, some did teach it. I do remember I had an English teacher talking about that. But you know what? We could go on, and we will. To 2009, James Cameron's Avatar, starring Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, oh yes, from the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And Sigourney Weaver from a whole lot of sci-fi.
Including Alien.
Yes, and with some old studio production as well. We should check that out.
Yeah,
released in the U.S. becomes the highest grossing film of all time. Avatar, highest grossing film of all time.
Still waiting on that sequel, James Cameron. Where the heck is it?
There's a pile of sequels coming. But you know what my favorite part of the movie was?
What's that?
Where the Na'vi were all blue.
That was the whole time. They were always
blue. They were all blue!
Yeah!
A little bit of pink would have helped them out, but you know what?
Here's hoping that we find out there's a whole species that's green in the next one.
Oh my God, that sounds horrible! More blue! Who wants green? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, 2011, the last U.S. troops withdrawal from Iraq, formally ending the Iraq War. Wow, it went to 2011?
Can you believe it's only been 10 years since the end of the Iraq War?
Yeah.
It's hard to believe.
I mean, I was there. I mean, not literally. I did have a friend that was, but a couple friends? But anyway, yeah, it's hard to believe. It's been this old. Wow. It has been a long, it's so old. In 2018, Nevada, that's where my buddy Jimmy lives. 2018, Nevada becomes the first U.S. state with a female majority legislature, with new appointments taking it up to 51%. Woo! Girl power.
Go Power! Yay!
Yeah. Yeah. Is that a high five? I mean, you have, how many? You got 5 digits.
2, 3, 4.
But I have, look how many I've got. This is like a high, let's go with high 9. All right, 2019, the U.S. House of Representatives votes to impeach President Donald Trump for abuse of power. 230-197.
230 to 197.
Oh,
Yes, that many people voted yay, and that many people voted nay.
Okay, I did.
Pretty sure that's what that means.
Yeah, I think you're right. And obstruction of Congress, 229 to 198. First impeachment.
Yes.
We don't have to elaborate on that. Anybody who's watching this video can comprehend it. Was there. Was around in 2019.
And then just last year.
Yes, this one. Now this is what I'm not familiar with. Moderna. What is this? COVID. 2020, Moderna COVID-19 vaccine granted emergency authorization by U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
So yeah, there you go.
That is what we got. We both got the Moderna.
Moderna just turned 1.
Yes. Speaking of which, we got to look into those booster shots. You
Yeah.
gotta find your card, and then we're both going to go get
Hopefully,
booster shots.
either if I could, I mean, mine was laminated, so that'll be gonna
I've
be
seen
tricky.
it. I know it's around here
But
somewhere.
I gotta find it, and then even if maybe they can just they have it on record, and I can just get a new one issued. I don't know.
That would be nice. It would be nice, and then
But hopefully.
we can all go get our boosters. Yay! Okay. Oh, you know what I like about boosters? It's his friend.
Makes you taller?
No, it's his friend Blue Beetle. 'Cause
Oh,
he's blue.
I thought you were
see what I
talking
did?
about the pink saber-tooth tiger from Jingle All the Way.
Oh, Booster. Nobody likes Booster.
I thought you liked Booster.
That's the thing from that's the movie.
I know.
They're like, oh. I do like Booster because he was played by the guy who played Booger.
Curtis Armstrong.
Yes. And that's wonderful. What a wonderful, wonderful actor. And he's managed to stick around all these years.
Yeah, he's still doing character at work. At least I know he still does the same voice for American Dad.
Yes,
And
he's done a
Snot.
lot. He's done a bit of voice acting, and he's kept employed, which is way more than we could say for a lot of supposed A-listers from the time.
Mm-hmm.
They're not anywhere to be found, but what's his name?
Well, I think a lot of those people had most of their careers due to their good looks, and he
That's
didn't
true.
get hired for his good looks. He
did not.
He got it for his funny attitude.
It is funny. He has a very sloppy appearance.
Yeah. So clearly, it goes to show you having good looks will get you somewhere for a little while, but eventually looks fade, and you end up out of work for just looks. So you got to have more.
You're right. Most people's looks do fade, but not mine. Not mine. My good looks will remain eternal.
Aw.
Or until all my fur falls out.
You mean feathers?
Yes, that's what I meant. I'm a feathery. All right. Is there more?
No, that was
Oh
that
no,
was
I
just
forgot.
last year.
And then 2021, Lionel Lion turns how old? Don't say it.
I won't.
Whoops! I keep reaching for the for the
it's not
device.
there.
There. It's not there.
So happy birthday, Lionel. We will be hopefully sending you something in the mail. So it'll hopefully won't arrive for Christmas. 'Cause that darn post office doesn't work as fast as it used to these days. But we'll get something out to you, and hopefully we'll get something from you soon as well, and we'll open up our presents on camera. Maybe, you think, or
we'll talk about it.
okay, or at least the ones from Lionel. Not saying all of them.
Okay.
But anyhow, thanks for watching this, especially you, Lionel. But this isn't First Week Friday, but bye-bye.
Bye. Have a good one, Lionel.
Happy birthday!
Thank you for being so awesome. Say hi to Santa for me.
Yeah, Santa. I know Santa.